If you're looking into Guardio right now, you've probably seen the word free everywhere. And sure, free sounds great, but there's a huge difference between a free browser extension that just sends alerts and full-scale identity protection. After months of testing both Guardio and Aura, I found one caught 42 real data leaks tied to my info, while the other mostly just told me I opened Google Docs. So in this video, we'll break down what I've learned about Guardio, how that compares to Aura, and which of the links I've got in the description that is actually worth clicking on. So in digging into a little bit of research about Guardio, I noticed a few things pop up multiple times before I had even done my full review of the service. First of all, there are a lot of reviews that you can find online of people who review the service, and basically, when I watch through them all, you can see that they just do a rundown of the exact same things that you would find on the website. That's usually not a great sign, and it's always important to keep your eye out for sponsored content. That's a little bit different from what we do on this channel, where we give you a genuine review of products, even though we are gifted referral links by the companies that we review frequently. But the second thing you notice, if you do spend a little bit of time Googling Guardio, is that they push hard on this idea that you get started for free. That's a huge part of their business model. You'll start with a free version of the service and eventually move your way up into a paid version. But you'll see, even with a quick Google search or when you arrive at their website, they put the word free everywhere. Free, free, free. Usually, that's not a great sign when the best part of your service is what you'll be offering before you end up taking people's money. Now, I'll give them a little bit of credit. I did sign up for the free version of the service at first, and even without paying a single dollar, they did a scan of my information on the dark web. And right out of the gate, they actually did catch a couple of instances of my personal information leaked, including a password I was still using at the time. I've seen other services do data broker scans for you for free just to see what information of yours is being bought and sold by companies that are supposedly using this information for marketing purposes. But to actually scan for leaked passwords before you've even charged someone, that's a pretty good start. But from there, I can't say that I had an incredible experience testing out the rest of their features. First of all, the application is only a browser extension, not usually the sign of a robust product that I would trust paying money to protect my identity and digital safety online. Secondly, their big claim to fame is that they're not exactly an antivirus software, but instead, they're something that is built to prevent you from ever engaging with potentially harmful materials online before they even get onto your system, because they're a browser extension. So after having this extension for a few months, I amassed 34 pages worth of different notifications of potentially dangerous activity, and every single one of them was just the same notification that I opened a public document. Yes, I do use Google Docs a lot, but that's basically it. If I were someone who browsed around and went to a variety of potentially dangerous websites on a regular basis, there's a chance that one of these notifications could have looked a little bit different. But coming up with hundreds of instances of just noting when I opened a Google document doesn't necessarily give me the faith that this is a service providing anything more robust than other free extensions that do the same kind of thing. You can take a look at the rest of the dashboard, but I basically didn't get anything else out of it except for the initial password leak, as well as a bunch of notifications that I opened documents, as well as this page about my email accounts being unchanged or not having suspicious activity in the last several months since I've been using Guardio. So the question is, should you install Guardio versus doing nothing at all? I would say sure. You could give Guardio a try, and if it shows you instances of password leaks or catches a potential email risk, then that's better than if you did nothing. But also, my free advice would be the same whether you were notified about a password or not, which is just change your passwords. Right now, just go change them, and I've basically just done for you what Guardio did for me. If you're comparing Guardio to something like Aura, that's when you really start to see the difference. When you first join Aura, you get way more than a dark web scan that tells you your passwords are floating around online. I actually signed up for Aura on camera, and it found 40 2 separate leaks of my personal info. So right away, it was catching things Guardio completely misses. Aura doesn't stop at dark web alerts either. It monitors all 3 major credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So if someone tries to open a credit card or loan in your name, you'll know instantly. And on top of that, Aura includes up to a $1 million identity theft insurance policy. Hopefully, you never have to use it, but if you do get hit, you're covered financially. And they'll assign a real fraud specialist to help you sort everything out. Another big difference, Aura actually removes your data from those sketchy broker sites that sell your personal details to anyone who will pay. Guardio might alert you that your info has leaked, but Aura goes out and gets it taken down. I've been using Aura for a few months now, and the dashboard gives you a full picture of what's going on with your identity. You can see which sites had your data, what's been removed, what's still being monitored, and even any recent changes to your credit reports. It also keeps you updated on your credit score, so you can tell when something you did caused it to go up or down. For me, it's offered real peace of mind, plus handy extras like a mobile VPN, so I don't worry about using sketchy airport Wi-Fi. It's the difference between getting notifications and actually being protected. If you want to try Aura for yourself, I've got a link in the description. They've got a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you can see what it's like without any risk at all. So here's my bottom line. If you're deciding between Guardio and Aura, you're really deciding between 2 different approaches to online security. Guardio is a lightweight browser extension that might catch some things and send you alerts. It's better than nothing, especially if you're on a tight budget and you just want some basic dark web monitoring. But Aura? That's comprehensive identity theft protection. It's dark web monitoring, 3 bureau credit monitoring, data broker removal, identity theft insurance, and fraud resolution support all in one place. For me, the choice was pretty clear. After watching Guardio give me 34 pages of notifications about Google Docs, while Aura caught 42 instances of leaked information and started actively removing my data from broker sites, I know which one I'm keeping on my system. If you want to check out Aura for yourself, that link is in the description below with our best discount. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.